How are you all today? So I'm going to be taking you through something called Sparkscale, and I put this two together because I wanted to analyze product market fit of this particular product that you're wanting to assess. This tool I vibe coded to analyze that, and then you can either park your product, you can tweak it, or you can go ahead and run it and advertise for it. It's just to give an overview of what are the things that you're looking at when marketing it. So it's more marketing focused platform. So I would call it a market validation scoring assessment guide. So you have sort of assessment that you can tangibly use and then compare all your other MVPs and products that you put out there and see which one you really want to put all your eggs in one basket and go ahead as a focus. So I'm going to talk about something I was mulling in my mind for quite some time, and that's a stickman drawing. And basically, a lot of people can't actually draw, like they don't have the skills to draw. And I thought of coming up with an app where you can either upload your stickman drawing or you can draw on the tool, and then AI converts that stickman drawing into something more visual and more appealing, more illustrative. It can even be like a 3D animation, anything that's just going to be used for marketing. So you might have an idea mulling in your mind, you might not be able to find the right words to prompt it, but you can sort of draw it out like Pictionary and then have it come to life. It's quite exciting to see. So I'm just going to call it stickman for now. Obviously I'll have another name for it if I decide to go ahead with the idea. A platform to turn your stickman drawings into finished art. Okay, so that's the sort of like the description. Then we're going to go and have a look at all the indicators. So is there a gap in the market for this particular product? How strong is the demand and how underserved is it? So I would say it's probably mediocre. I mean, there are tools out there right now, image generation tools, but they're all prompt based. They're not based on your actual artwork, your actual drawings. So the idea of this tool is to create your drawings into art and not so much the prompts into art. So we'll just give it something between average and excellent. Feasibility, how realistic is it to build and deliver with the current resources? I would say it's really realistic, because now that we have Nano Banana and some of the other image generation tools, we can go ahead and create that quite easily, as well as with the vibe coding that we have, guide coding tools such as Bolt and Lovable. Then learning curve, how easy is it for the customers to understand and adopt? I would say it's pretty basic. It's pretty similar to any of the other image generation tools, but maybe you're not used to drawing, so probably I'll put it as very good, because maybe some people are more into prompting than actually drawing, and so just kind of tapping into that market to encourage people to start drawing is maybe a bit of a friction point. Churn rate and stickability, how likely are customers to stay into versus to leave? I think once it's off the road and once people get the hang of using it, similar to all of these other apps, it just becomes part of your daily life. You know, a lot of these YouTubers actually draw to kind of create a visual drawing board to describe what they're trying to teach, and this might make it a bit easier, simply because people can get it straight away once it's generated. We can create something that sort of generates as you draw, so that makes it quite a lot more stickable. So we'll give that a good, very good. Market saturated. How crowded is the space, and can this idea stand out? I think it could stand out. There's not a lot of tools like it out there, but I wouldn't give it an excellent, because there are other image generation tools that can use prompting to create the desired effect. Timing and trends. Is this idea riding on a trend, or is it too early, too late? I have seen trends of stickman cartoons and animations that have a lot of personality, which we can write off, I suppose. But it's not so much the stickman figure, it's more turning the stickman figure into an actual artwork that's sort of can be used for marketing and things like that. Scalability, can it grow beyond the initial version, or geography? Yes, it can. Can it grow beyond the initial version or geography? And that's probably excellent. It's not, confined to one culture or one language, because drawings are universal, so it can be any country, any culture, any language, and it'll still can reach beyond the initial version of geography. Profitable unit economics. Does the model generate sustainable margins? We haven't actually beta tested it yet, so we'll just put it as average because we're not sure whether it will or won't. Distribution or reachability. How easy or unaffordable is it to acquire customers? I think it's just a matter of time, just like anything else, so I'll also put that as average. Defensibility and mode. Can the competitors easily copy it, or do you have an edge? I suppose you only have an edge once your product has become front of mind and is something that they sort of go to. It's like a go-to product. Otherwise, this sort of easily can be copied. The other alternative is to create a persona behind it, just like the Stickman YouTube videos that you see, or like Lenny, all these stick drawings that sort of have personality to it, or like a character. You could probably create a character that kind of defines the product. So we'll put that just as good. Team capability fit. Are you ready? Are you the right person or the team to execute this? Well, it's my product, so I'll just put excellent. Regulatory ethical barriers. The only ethical barrier I think of is sort of what they were discussing on one of the TED Talks with Sam Altman about copyright infringement for artists. A lot of 3D animation and even artwork has been pilfered by AI. So basically, it's somebody else's style or somebody else's actual drawings. Like the example he gave was Snoopy, and the Snoopy cartoon came up. When that we all know where the cartoon comes from and who was the originator of that. So that's the only ethical barrier I can think of. I'll put it as average for now because that's not something that they've resolved as yet. You hit generate, and then it comes up with the market fit score, which is 8.4. So this is short-term viability. Future growth score, long-term potential. Maybe it'll struggle to gain traction. Maybe at first it'll be quite a hit, but then sort of like don't know whether it'll keep going on or whether something else will come out because tech moves so fast. Overall success potential, it's saying to pivot. It's saying, okay, maybe this is something that we need to work on a bit more before we decide, or pivot to something else. And here is the little graph. It shows you the full assessment graph, and it gives you also percentage and weighted score on what to do. So the recommendation is to it has a good foundation with room for improvement. Consider refining your approach in the lower scoring areas before proceeding. Focus on strengthening weak factors, or pivoting the concept. So it's telling you to work on the weaker areas before you decide to launch, just to make sure that everything's on point and you have a product market fit that's going to actually make you successful in the long run. So I hope you liked that video. It was just a quick overview of this tool that I created because I was trying to think of ways I could incorporate marketing techniques and put into a platform that makes it easier for me to understand and as well as analyze in one go.